How are we? Right. I wobbled on way more than I should have yesterday, so let's get into it. I'm going to go bang straight through it now. I've not read any of this. I've left it way too late. It's too late anyway, but it's never too late, is it, people? We the people. Right. I thought I'd, light a candle. And let's just get into it. I'll try my hardest not to bang on about stuff, but I can't promise you. The registering of a baby's birth passes ownership of the baby to the local authority. Before I'm not wobbling on, just if you've not already watched it, watch the introduction. I'm just cracking on straight from there because I've got to get through this, and I've done that and I've got to get through that, and this is just basic. This is right. The registering of a baby's birth passes ownership of the baby to the local authority, and that alone allows the local, why do I say local? I'm going back to my Sheffield roots, aren't I? Local authority to take the child away from the parents if they want to do that. Social services, etc. Blah, 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 blah. Something I'm very well aware of. This applies until the child reaches the age of maturity set by the current legal statutes. Wow, I could talk for an hour just about that. Legal, lawful. We, the good people who do not wish to commit harm, injury or loss, are lawful. Everything else is legal. It comes across as, are you wearing a seatbelt? It's an offence. Are you speeding? I don't know. Drugs, for example, it's an offence. It's not a criminal act. You're not causing harm, injury or loss by buying or selling drugs or speeding down the road. Listen, we're not talking and getting into that. If your children are buying drugs, whose fault is that? The drug dealer? Well done. Good parenting. It's up to us. If you go down to the local shop and buy alcohol, whose fault is that? The shop's fault? Take responsibility for your actions. And when you've got a children, even more so. Right. This applies until the child reaches the age of maturity set by the current legal statutes. Doing that is not lawful, but after the birth has been registered, it is legal. And there is a word of difference between those two terms, as I've just said. I've not read this, by the way. It's just 4 years on this kind of trip. 3 to 4 years, yeah. A difference which it is very important that you come to clearly understand. So what is your straw man? A straw man, and remember that's the book. I don't know if it's going to come across. A straw man is a fictitious legal entity created with the hope that as the child grows up, he will be fooled into believing that he is actually the straw man. And this is like, as the idiot Jordan Peterson says, well, that begs the question, why this? Why? Why are they trying to hide the shape of the earth, what we are, why we are, where? Why does it take 11 years to learn to read, write and count? Of course it doesn't. And why do we need to do that anyway? Like, which he most definitely is not. He, I don't know why they say he, they should have said that. And pay all sorts of imaginary costs, imaginary, remember, and liabilities, which get attached to the straw man by con artists. So, by the way, if you don't think this applies to you, if you're listening to this, please comment and tell me if you're paying gas, water and electric council tax, if you're in England, UK, whatever. Tell me why you're doing it. Because I'm about to give you the 101 steps how to get you out of that contract. Gas, water and electric are all free. Like, Jesus Christ, I've only got down quarter of a page and I'm already on a tangent. So, talking to my neighbour a couple of weeks ago, he's telling me about a hose pipe ban. You know, we've all heard about them. A hose pipe ban. And I have to honestly, one day, I'm going to put tape across my gob and never speak again. I'm like, you breathe water. You're breathing water now. Next summer, I might just have a hose pipe. Just turn it on full blast. And like, what? You're worried about water? They will never run out of food in shops, right? And we will never run out of food in the shops, and we will never run out of water. Why not? Because that will provoke you to dig a well, find your own water, go to a stream, whatever. It will provoke you to grow your own food. So they don't want that. They just want the fear. They just want you to be in fear of it. How can you run out of water? Water. Just please let that sink in, right? How is the straw man created? I've had a very good day, actually. But I'm enjoying this. Remember, we're on page 4. Actually, page 2, but this is going to take some getting through with me, innit? If you just want to cut the book BS, then that's the name of the book. Alright. Which is provable fact. Right. Well, the mechanism involves that unnecessary birth certificate. So, and I know I'm stopping now. I'm trying to explain. I'm just giving you can go and get the book yourself. So, my youngest child, Bear, he was born at home. They had to send 2 nurses. It had to be 2 because it had to be witnessed. And then, like, just getting into it, why do you need help to give birth? Because if people come to help you, you should have, if you're having a child, you should have already had the due diligence to find out about this stuff. and what you should be doing, and know that you shouldn't be cutting the umbilical cord straight away, and know that it doesn't need vitamin K as soon as it's born. Like, the whole system is set up to make us retarded, and if you go along with it, then you deserve exactly what you get. You are living the life you deserve to. Like me now, completely alone. Completely alone. You know, I see me son and daughter nearly every day. Not my youngest son, but now he's like nearly 5. He stopped breastfeeding, and all children need the mothers, don't they? So that's fine with me. He'll come. I've got big plans to travel the world, try and find a beautiful location, and build a place for a community to live in, where we don't have to live in this nonsense world. That is what I'm gonna, not my plan, that is what I'm gonna do. So if you fancy it, you know, let me know. Let's go. Well, the mechanism involves that unnecessary birth certificate which the parents imagine is about and belongs to their baby, neither of which is actually true, which it isn't. It's just lies. And you've got Doris down at wherever filling forms in, and she thinks she's programmed like to believe this system, and she's going to get wound up if you don't go along with it. Of course. So you have to be considerate, understanding with this system if you're in it, which I do not want to be a part of anymore. Do not. If the baby has been named James and the family name is Martin, then you would expect the birth certificate to have the name James Martin printed on it. If that is what is printed on it, then all is well. And it is a genuine birth certificate and nothing more. However, if any other name is there, and it does matter whether it's in capital letters, lowercase, whatever, what's a Mr. and Mrs.? I'm sure we'll get to this in this book. What's a Mr. and Mrs. and where the lowercase comes in, and dog, pig, Latin, blah, blah, blah. It's mental. It's mental. However, if every name is there, the document is not a birth certificate, but instead is the creation of a straw man masquerading as James Martin. The alternative entries might be any of the following examples. And then it shows you like different all capital letters, James Martin, Mr. James Martin, Martin, Mr. James, Martin, James, blah, 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 or anything else. Why create a straw man? Next, I mean, Jesus, where are we really going to do 1 page a day? The answer is in order to change the straw man imaginary costs and penalties and fool the human James Martin into paying those amounts. These imaginary, and they are imaginary because money doesn't exist, remember? And if you want me to explain that, please comment and let me explain it to you. I've already done what is money. It's nothing. The greatest thing, the greatest exchange. Instead of money, in my opinion, the greatest thing that we could have between each other is trust. Do you trust me? Do I trust you? There is no greater currency than trust at all. If you disagree, let me know. The imaginary charges include income tax, council tax, inheritance tax, capital gains tax, road tax, import tax, value-added tax, fuel levy, loan interest, bank charges, and anything else that full-time professionals can think up of. So there you go. I'll carry on. And are confident that you will not notice that you never agreed to pay and don't need to pay it. So it's telling you there, and if you're listening to this now and you're paying council tax, gas, water and electric, tell me why you're doing it. Because you believe you should, or because you entered a contract? This is like, that kind of stuff is 101, how to sort out. You're not getting out of anything. You shouldn't ever be paying it. It's free. Like, that's why it's called natural gas. They use our own SHIT and sell it back to us by the meter. So if you disagree with me, please let me know why. And if you are paying this, then ask me questions that I can help you with. Because this is just like, I'm starting at the beginning for everyone so they can get a grasp of this illusionary world that we're living in. Right, I'll do this last page. Legalese. Legalese is a secret language invented to trick you. It uses English words but attaches secret meanings to those with the sole intention of stopping you from believing that what they are saying to you has nothing to do with the normal meaning in the English language. Their purpose is to cheat you and rob you. That's it. Nothing else. Why do you think there's different versions of dictionaries? First thing you should go, if you don't ever go to a court, they play games on courts, First thing you should be saying in a court is, like, what is your name, and that, and just say, shut up, shut your mouth. First of all, I require to know, what kind of court is this? Is this Admiralty, Maritime? What kind of court is this? What language do we speak? If it's anything other than the English language I understand, then I require a dictionary and an interpreter. And therefore, more the point, why am I here? Please bring forward the injured party of the criminal act which you've accused me of doing. And I remain in honour. If I have committed a criminal act, then I stand in honour and I deserve punishment. It's that simple. That's it. Otherwise, shut your mouth, fatty. And like, the judge is just some donkey normally. It's the clerk. And it's like this. Oh, you don't want to know. Well, you do want to know, but... Right, let's just get to the end of this. For example, they will ask you, do you understand? In English, that means, do you comprehend what I'm saying to you? And the automatic response would be yes, because you think you understand what they're saying. Meaning, I do comprehend what you're saying to me, but they're taking the P, right? People have changed the meaning in legalese to mean, do you stand under me? Do you grant me authority over you so that you have to obey whatever I say and tell you to do. So the first thing you ever say to anyone, ever, do you know, it's even there. It really is. Or it's not even hidden in, it's all in plain sight, everything. Anything you say will be used against you. Will be used against you. Why would you be aggressive and it will be used in a court? Like it will be used against you. That's it's in plain sight. If you don't understand that, you'd better understand that. Understand that. What makes it even worse is the fact because the police aren't even taught. The police are used to use words like, why are you parked here? You're not parked, you've stopped. Parked is a legal term. Do you know how fast you were going? The taught. These idiots, and all police are definitely not idiots, the system is corrupt extremely, and it's being used against us, and I'm just making you aware of this. To an extent, I don't even understand it at all. It's so complex. It's not complex at all. Their system is complex and stupid, and we can use it against them, no problem. Their system works against them, no problem whatsoever. What we need to understand is who we are. What are you? What am I? Do you have any power? Why is every single compartmentalized division of every aspect of my life trying to be controlled? Why is my mind trying to be controlled by something? And knowing who you are, this is like, whether you're interested in this or not, you should, in my opinion, you very much should be. This is teaching you what the system is and why it is and why you should be bothered. So, why does it matter? I'm just going for a game of tennis with Jerry. Well, what happens if, even owning a dog? You can't even own a dog without legal, they call it laws. Anyway, there I go again. What makes it even worse is the fact that they will never tell you they have switched from English to legalese. And if that is not dishonest, underhand, and unscrupulous, then I don't know what is. If you answer the question believing English is being spoken, then they pretend that you are contracting with them to become subordinate to them. Because remember, we're the dead party. We're 1666, Sesta KV. Whether or not that is actually true is debatable, because that is effectively a verbal contract between you and them. That's why just shut your gob and say no contract, no consent. That, you should never say anything else. No contract, I do not consent, and say nothing else. Nothing else. And not that you should even be in this situation anyway. I'm just trying to give other people, I will never be in this situation ever again, because I'm not going to go out doing stupid things. Not that I've actually ever done anything stupid anyway. Yeah, I've been in prison, but that was an offence. Drugs, by the way. Did I harm, injury or loss anyone? No. Let me get to the end of this anyway. And for any contract to be valid, there has to be full and open disclosure of all of the terms of the contract. They have to give you disclosure. There has to be a contract between you. And then unreserved acceptance by both parties. And in these cases, that has most definitely not occurred. But what is the point of all this? Well, this maneuver is intended to trick you into agreeing to represent your straw man. Why? Now that's a good question, but to answer it takes a bit of explaining, and you'll need to understand the overall situation. I think that's a good time to end it there. I'm going to mark this. Right, anyway, 26 minutes. So, love you all. Just tell me if you're paying if you are doing the things that I've asked you earlier. Let me know why. Let me know why you believe you are doing that. And I'm too stupid to learn to understand how to get out of it. You're not getting out of anything. You just need to ask simple questions. Send me a true bill. I want to finish my contract. Anyway, just let me know and I'll do a video on it. If you are doing that, whoever listens to these videos. Anyway, I love you all.